Hey friends, welcome back to my podcast. Isa-Welly here. You are on Elevate Your Business, Life and Wellbeing podcast, hosting by myself. I'm a transformational coach, a business mentor, and I used to be a pilates teacher, a professional dancer, a nutritional therapist, a life and wellbeing coach. I basically used to work in the health and wellbeing industry. And with this podcast, what I'm hoping to do is to bring you tools, tips to help you create, build, design the business, the career, the life that you really, really desire. The one that you desire the most, the one that feels aligned, the one that feels meaningful and purposeful. So I cover mindset, spirituality, entrepreneurship, digital business, digital marketing, all the things, health and well-being, of course. I basically share all the things that I love and I care about and that have helped me in the past few years grow and expand. So welcome. Today's Monday, March 17th, although you probably will be listening to this on the following Sunday. I've just come back from a weekend with my daughter in Paris. We went to see my mom and it was just so good. It makes me so happy, especially that the weekend before my sister was here. So it just feels like I'm just having loads of little treats with, my family. It was a lovely trip. Before we left, I set the intention of having a easy trip, a smooth sailing trip, because I know that sometimes we travel with toddlers, we go with family. My mom is not well. She has a form of dementia. I wanted to, things basically can be chaotic. You just don't know what to expect. And I know that years ago, I had a lot of expectations around my mom, illness, myself, her reactions, and all sorts of things. And I find it so much easier the past year or so to just set the intention and remind myself that to just be as present as I can to receive what is given and to have no expectations. And that have transformed my trips. When I'm home, I just go and, with no expectations, basically, hoping for the best. And you know what? I'm never disappointed. So we had a beautiful trip. Loads of memories, got loads of photos, her and my mom, my brother. She loves my brother. And it makes me really, really happy. Another thing I wanted to share with you was this thing I've been doing the past week to 10 days. I think about a week, because I think I talked about it on the podcast last week, is to open myself to receive. And I've done this because I have found myself so many times in situations where I've been offered help, but because I'm so caught up in my own thoughts, in my own quote unquote struggle, that I'm like, yeah, no, I can do it. That really hyper independent. I don't even know how to explain this, but I'm sure so many of you can relate. Like, I can do all the things. I want to do all the things. It's fine, to the point that, first of all, you don't even know when you need help. You don't even know how to receive the help. You can't see it. So I've been really having conversations with the universe, with God, and just saying, can you please teach me to see help, to open, to let go of my guard, to soften up and see the help, receive it, and ask for it when I need to. And that's been a game changer as well. Like, even just little things in the streets. And on this trip, it really showed up really, really big. A lot of things have happened throughout the week in London in my day-to-day, but on the trip, I really saw it, because that morning of traveling back from Paris to London, I really, really asked God. I was like, can you please help me on this trip, make it as easy as possible, and if there is any support I can get, for me to see it and to receive it. Now, my daughter is 2.5, and for most part, when you're traveling in London and anywhere, people are super busy. They don't really help. Sometimes you even have to beg, like, can I actually take the seat? I'm carrying a toddler, a pram. People don't help. And my experience was so different this time. And it was just unexpected. We were on a platform, for example, in Gare du Nord in Paris, coming back here. And I had a plan that worked well. I put her in the train. I fold the pram super quickly. I bring the pram in. But this gentleman who works at Eurostar, who was so handsome and so funny, I reckon he was Senegalese, because he had that kind of accent and that really beautiful, super, super dark skin that Senegalese people have. And Olivier was looking at him and he started singing this song to us. And then he picked her up, kind of twirled around. I put the pram in. I just know it was just so beautiful. Then there was another family that helped me carry her when Eurostar were breaking my balls about folding the pram. And then last but not least, we got on the train here and stupidly, I didn't pack enough books and things like that. And this lovely family here in London just had a spare book of books we actually love. Tintin, if you know what Tintin is, yay, I'm a huge fan. And he was like, oh, I have 2 books. You can read one on the way. And I was like, that's so nice. Yeah, just little things like that. And I was like, God, today was really smooth. It was really easy. Isn't it so easy when you ask for help and when you open yourself to receive it? So for anybody listening that often feel themselves stuck in the, God, it's hard. I've got to do everything on my own. It's a struggle. Open yourself, ask the universe, ask God, how can I see how can I ask for help and see it? Because I really believe it's all around us. And that's part of abundance. Often when we talk about abundance, we really focused abundance. Am I saying this properly? Abundance. We really focus on money. We often focus on money, but for me, abundance is everything. It's just really learning to receive from all sources, everything. And there's a lot around us. There are also a lot of people that won't help you, things like that. But if you always focus on that, you'll get that. And the moment you shift your perspective, things shift. So I wanted to share that with you. But let's dive into today's topic. If you haven't left yet. So today we are talking about the one thing you need to start doing to grow your online wellness business. If you are a health practitioner of any type of sorts, you're offering services, whether it's in movement or in healing, energy healing, physical healing, nutrition, all of it, homeopath, osteopath, everybody. And you know that you can transfer your services online and you want to do so because perhaps you want to increase your income, have more freedom, more time, and more importantly, make more of an impact. I want to share with you the one thing I think is really important to focus on right away, right now. And this will be valid for everybody, including you if you are not fully qualified yet, if you're thinking of qualifying, if you have something to say, this is the thing I think you need to focus on now. And here's the thing. It's community building. Community is the backbone of your business, of your future business, even if it happens in 10 years. And listen, I know that because I started building my online community in 2013, maybe, when I started building a website, doing newsletter. I think 2013, or was it 2014? Anyway, between 2013 and 2015, I was already online for sure because I was doing it when I was a dancer and doing a few pilates videos, sharing recipes, things like that. And I was already building that community. And later on, much later on, when I wanted to offer something, it was so much easier because I had, without knowing, started building a community. Although at the beginning, my focus was just, you need to have loads of followers, whatever that meant, right? I didn't really know. I didn't know about business, online marketing, and all the tips and tools to grow in a genuine, authentic way. But building a community is so important. Here's why it's important. First of all, super basic. Who are you going to sell to? You need to have a community that listens to you. The market is crowded. There's so many people out there. There's so many of us out there that you want to build a community that likes you, that engages with your contents, that likes what you have to offer, and more importantly, that needs your services so that when you decide to sell, you're not talking to the planet. I don't know how many billions we are, but you're talking to your 300 people, your 1,000 people, your 2,000 people, your 20,000 people. It is so much more effective that way. So it's something you want to do in an authentic way with integrity. That is very important. Authenticity and integrity. You want to be yourself because people are going to connect to you. If you're true to yourself, they're going to love your energy. That is so important. And again, this is something I understood while I was building my community online, especially on YouTube, that people would compliment or comment often more on my energy and on what I was teaching. And I was like, what? What are they talking about? But these same people, some of them are still in my world, even though I don't offer Pilates anymore. They've grown with me. So it is important to stay true to who you are, because it is easier to show up in an authentic way. You don't have to put a mask or a character on. You just show up as you, as who you are. And people love that. They'll connect to that. Are you a well-being practitioner looking to grow your business online so that you can increase your income and create more impact? If so, I have a brand new masterclass for you in which I share the 3 key elements you need to focus on right away, right now, to grow online, how I made my first £1,000 and how you can do that too with ease, the do's and don'ts for consistent growth and increased revenue month after month, the mistakes I made that you can learn from. Now, as a well-being practitioner who's built a community of over 400,000 people online, created dozens of courses and programs, a membership, and a sustainable income, I know what it takes to get there, and I want to show you how. The class is packed with value. It's going to leave you feeling inspired and ready to take action right away. The link is in the show notes. The class is free. Go watch it after this episode and take some notes. Now, let's get back to our episode. Now, how do you build that community? And I think today, with the way social media is working with algorithm and all these things, it is important to do it in a purposeful way. And what I mean by in a purposeful way, I mean, don't go and waste your energy and start building a community on 20 platforms at once. Pick one that resonates with you. Pick a platform and start sharing your message. Again, it's about sharing a message. I think that with your message, you sort of share yourself, your personal brand, again, going back to being authentic to who you are. But if you have a message today that you want to share, go start sharing it now, even if you don't have something to offer, something for them to buy. Perhaps you are an homeopath that believes in something very specific that perhaps some of your colleagues don't believe in. Share that, build a community, attract those people that want and need to hear this thing. Perhaps you are a Pilates teacher that thinks, I don't know, Pilates on the wall is the best thing ever. I don't think so personally. I think it was a stupid trend. Go and share it. It doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what you think and the people that want to hear that, So share your message, be consistent with it. And one thing you want to do when it comes to your mindset is to shift from, what am I going to get from these posts? How many people do I want to sell with? Is it going to attract loads of people? To, what am I sharing and who am I helping today? What is the value of what I'm sharing today? Every time I create content from back in the days to up till today, I say to myself, what are people going to leave with? It doesn't matter whether it's something paid or free. I want you to leave the podcast, to leave my channel, my Instagram channel, my YouTube channel with something you've learned, with something that inspired you. I want you to go and take action. I want it to be something that perhaps provoke your thoughts. I never want to send you or sell you or share with you some air, some faff, perhaps because I have bought a lot of courses from coaches that share that. And I thought it was really shit, basically. So shift from, what am I getting from this, to what value is my content bringing? How is that going to help the member of my community? Who am I helping with? Of course, later on, you're going to learn about boundaries when you're creating your content, and you don't want to be online every day. You want to manage your energy. You want to focus on things that matter. But in the beginning, it is safe to say that you want to be super consistent, give values, build that credibility, show those people that you have the knowledge, the credibility, the experience to help them solve their problems, whatever the problem is. In my case, for example, if I go to nutrition, at some point I was really focused on gut health. So I shared a lot of gut health issues, and I shared my story because I had struggled with gut health and I have healed myself from so many things. So sharing that, I'll share some testimonials from clients, and I'll share tips and tools that I know will give them quick wins. So these are contents that will really help you grow an authentic and engaged community. And that's how you nurture them. That's how you build the community. Again, focus on one platform. It is easier to start slow with one platform. And once you've mastered it, you feel like you've got the hang of it, you've grown it to a place where it is engaged, you're happy with the numbers, then you move on to the next platform. Started with Instagram, then I moved on, I think I built a mailing list, and then I did YouTube. I think I did it in that order. And eventually my YouTube grew to what it is today, 350,000 followers, but it was never that at the beginning. For the first couple of years, it was much lower, but I had such a great engagement. I actually didn't care, because I wasn't really selling anything. I was teaching classes in studios. It was just a way for me to share more content and create more impact. I wanted more people to do Pilates. I wanted to put more of my teaching style out there, and I loved it, and I did that. And also, I remember some of my students in studios wanted to have classes online that they could do. And they would ask me, do you have any online classes? I was like, no, I don't. I'm so busy. I remember saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so busy. I don't know how to do this. I can't teach online and offline. I had no clue about business just yet. But I can create a YouTube. I'll do 20-minute classes. But it worked. It works really, really well. And that was actually the best way. But that's how I started with YouTube. That was the reason why I started, to create more content to support my face-to-face clients, basically. Now, when it comes to choosing the right platform, I think it's important to pick a platform based on your time, the resources you have, the modality you teach or you help people with, and your personality. If you hate being on camera, you might not want to start creating videos on YouTube or things like that. Unless you're a Pilates teacher or a fitness teacher, then you might have to get over that. But let's say you don't want to be speaking to a camera like I am right now speaking to you guys if you're watching this on YouTube. Perhaps you want to focus on a podcast. Perhaps you want to do short videos on YouTube of your movement. Whatever it is, it has to be easy for you. Of course, certain types like movement, like I just mentioned, like visual work will work better on a visual platform, but don't neglect the power of a podcast, the power of a communication, the power of a mailing list, blending all of them, just finding what works for you. When you start, you want to start with the one that feels easy, the most enjoyable for you, the ones that is doable, that can fit into your busy life, your busy lifestyle. Don't start with something complicated, because you want to build consistency. You want to build consistency and you want to enjoy the process. Before you start investing in things like Facebook ads or courses and programs and coaches, when it comes to learning how to build a community, I would always say start first. Always start first. See what you like, see what you're struggling with, and then invest in a coach, invest in a class, course, based on what you need help with. There are so many courses and programs out there. You can get drowned in them. You can end up buying so many. I bought so many in my life, and half of them were useless, really, if I'm honest with you. They were useless. The content was air. People were not teaching anything. And a lot of the times I already knew those things. I just bought because I thought, I might need this, instead of let me try first and let me see what I have figured out, what I already know, and what I need help with. And a lot of the time I realized that what I needed actually up till today is a one-on-one, 3 months on something specific, let's go, rather than a big old course that will drown me and will teach me 25,000 things. Some things I have invested in that have really helped my growth in terms of building community. I did buy an Instagram class with this lady called Hilary Rushford. I was looking today when I was scripting my podcast, and she unfortunately has stopped her programs. The name of her company was Dean Street Society. She's actually even offline. Her profile is still online. You can go check her out, Hilary Rushford from Dean Street Society. Her course was amazing, and I did this 10 years ago. the algorithm wasn't what it is now, and it really helped me. I remember I was probably already at 7,000, perhaps even 10,000 followers on Instagram, but I wasn't getting the engagement I wanted. And I think she's one of the first people that taught me about the power of community, how you build community instead of followers, how you share yourself genuinely instead of just sharing a content for the sake of it, not really showing your face and things like that. Because I was very much like that when I started online. I was like, it's not about me. I just want to show the exercise. I just want to show the, I used to create all these super sweet desserts and like healthy, quote unquote, but it was packed with like honey and dates, healthy snacks and things like that. And I would never show my face. I was just really nervous about showing myself and had a lot of beliefs and fears around it. And I think she was one of the first coaches I worked with, not on a one-to-one, but within her courses that helped me with that. Then I also worked with a YouTube coach much later on, only in 2023. Her name is Golche. You can find her on Video Sales Mastery. She's still online. She's still teaching. So at that point, I think I was already at least 200,000 people on YouTube. So I kind of knew what I was doing, but I also didn't know the technicalities of it all. And I had very specific questions. So we worked on a one-to-one for 3-4 months, and she really helped me refine my YouTube, work on certain words, titles, like all these things I didn't know. I was just like showing up and doing my things, but it worked. But I knew that there was space for improvement. Then when it comes to my newsletter, and it's my favorite place, I love writing. I love writing newsletter. I don't know. I just really love it. Because I've always loved writing, to be honest. When I was from a young age, I loved French classes. Obviously, I'm from Paris, so I studied in France. But I loved French, philosophy, writing. It was just my jam. So I do really enjoy writing my newsletter and putting effort in growing my mailing list, which I did grow to 15,000 people. And I said goodbye to about 12,000 people the last 2-3 months of 2024, because I knew that I was really, really wanted to release the people that were just there for the pilates, for the health, for the well-being, because that's not what I was doing anymore, or not as much. I knew I was really moving into mentoring business, helping people transition in the career, build their lives, more life and business coaching. So I wrote an email and say, if you don't respond, if you're here for that, I will delete you. And it was totally fine. But in terms of writing, and it wasn't really for writing, but the technicalities that can come with building a mailing list, learning the numbers. I did email marketing with Liz Wilcox. I actually did one-to-one with her because, again, I had already built a mailing list to up to maybe 7,000-8,000. So I knew what I was kind of doing. But again, I knew there was space for improvement. So I got a one-to-one with her. Liz Wilcox, she also has a membership that is fantastic. For any business owners that want to learn a little bit more about email marketing, it's $9 a month. It's brilliant, like really good. Go check her out. And that's it. I think these are the main platforms. Nowadays, there is also Substack, which people are loving. If you love writing, like you're a recipe writer, that's another platform. I don't know much about it. I don't engage a lot about it. I think I have a couple of people I follow on Substack, but for some reason, I'm struggling to engage with it. So I don't even try. And of course, I've forgotten the platform of the past 10 years, TikTok, and they love it. So that is one to also look into because growth is easier there. There's less algorithm play on TikTok. So to recap, the one thing you need to start doing today to grow your well-being, your wellness, your health business online is to focus on building a community that is engaged, a community that you build with authenticity, with integrity, a community that trusts you, because when people trust you, they buy from you. If they don't trust you, they can't buy from you. That is very important. So show up, build a community, nurture the community with content that is useful, that is educational, that can potentially change their lives. Then ask them what they want, ask them what they need help with, create that offer and sell it to them. These are the 3 key elements you want to, master or adopt to think about if you're serious about growing your income online and serving people from your heart. And this is important because I think right now, at the time of recording 2025, we are, and all markets are like that. It's crowded. It's super noisy out there. There's so many things happening. You'll believe in one thing, someone else will believe in a total opposite. And I still believe that there's space for everybody. As long as we stay authentic to ourselves, we create from our heart, we sell from our heart, we don't lie, we tell the truth, we show up, we don't copy on others. I think there's space for everybody, and there's space for a lot of abundance for us to create more freedom, more income. And with that, you've got to be consistent. And with that, you also want to remember one thing, and it's just coming to me as I'm talking. You are special. We all are special. We all have something unique we want to share in a very unique way. And if you're thinking there are already 20 million Pilates teacher, oh, look at this, that girl, Isa-Welly, there are so many people doing the things I'm doing. You are different. You have a unique approach to it. You have something else to share. So start practicing sharing your voice, fine-tuning it, creating that beautiful community that will want to buy only from you. You know, that's the secret. They'll only want to buy from you. That's kind of what you want, really. So that's it. That's for me today. Make sure you get yourself out there to build that community that loves you and that needs your skills and your resources, because really there are no other secrets. And before I say goodbye to you, please check out my free class. It's a masterclass that I hosted last week for health practitioners. And I share my lessons, my wins throughout my past 10 years being online and 5 years having a business online as a health practitioner. The money I made, how I made it, the money I lost, how I lost it, the mistakes, the lessons, course programs, memberships, all the things. I share so much. And I really go in details about community, where to build, how to build it. So if you're serious about your growth online, check it out, download it. The link is in the bio and in the show notes, sorry. And if you've already done some work and you've already online and you're feeling stuck, then perhaps you need one-to-one. And again, you want to email me, admin@isawelly.com, to see how my business mentorship can help you grow and earn more online. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being here, and I see you in the next episode.